but the toughest guy I've had to guard in my life is Jamal Murray.
Yeah,
Hey, your boy.
Shout out the Nuggets. That's my team.
Out of movement.
Yeah. Let's go.
Hey, looking like he shot the ball.
That's what I like.
Me and my friend Sean.
Let's go. Welcome to Talking Trophies. I'm Ravo.
I'm Weibo.
And today we're back with another episode. But today we are isolating due to...
Emergency episode.
This is an emergency episode. Yeah, man. I took an L. I copped COVID. And we was isolated
Brought this
with
into
me.
our house. You're going to get me infected and shit.
Yeah, pretty much, cuz, you know. So we said, you know what? Let's do an episode. And yeah.
We had to do a virtual one today, so we got a virtual guest with us.
Yeah. But before that, cuz, I want to talk about just the isolation life, man. It's a siege. I think half the state, we got like 50,000 cases.
50,000 cases today. That's with the rapid tests. That's crazy.
tests.
New cases in one day, 50,000.
Yeah, numbers are high, bro. And even us, it took us like 5 days to get our test results. Or 4 days.
I'm surprised I haven't got it yet, to be honest.
True.
Living with you.
Yeah. This guy's superhuman, man. He's not catching the COVID yet. I don't know, man. I think my immune system's been lacking since I moved to St Kilda, man. I think if I was living
Don't
in
blame St Kilda, bro. It's your fault.
St Kilda, bro.
Nah, that's on you.
But yeah, man. So it's been a bit of a situation. I reckon a lot of our listeners as well suffered, or probably isolating and
Close
suffering,
contacts and that, but
yeah, man. Hopefully we'll get over it, 100%.
But we're on the grind. We're still recording, still pushing it
I
out.
told you. Once we start dropping, we're gonna keep dropping.
Yeah.
Too easy, bro. Introduce the guest, man. I reckon.
Oh, yeah. He's waiting for us. He's on the Zoom call. From the Sydney Kings in the NBL, a shooting guard, 4-year player with the Miami Hurricanes, Australian junior representative, and most importantly, Bacchus Marsh Grammar student, Dejan. We got him here with us. Introduce yourself.
My boys.
Hey, how's it going, DJ?
I'm good, bro. You did a whole Wikipedia there. Just
Yep.
a quick one, eh?
We had to hype you up, man. Get everyone introduced.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on here, man.
No worries, man. Thanks for coming on. So where do you wanna start? We'll just start with your career. So, from when you were young, born in Canada and then came to Australia as a kid. When do you reckon you realized you wanted to become a basketball player, or when that was like the path that you realized that you would take in life?
I think I wanted to take basketball seriously when I was about, 15. I started playing when I was 12, so I picked up the game very, very late. I tried to experiment in Australia. Like basketball wasn't the main sport back then. It was always AFL, cricket. Tried a bit of soccer here and there, but basketball was just the number one thing for me when I met a couple of group of my friends in primary school. And when I went to Bacchus Marsh, that's kind of when I wanted to kind of make things, make a living out of it. So yeah, definitely at the age of 15, I wanted to get things going.
Yeah, man. Basketball, I don't know, man. It's not a common thing like amongst people in Australia. Most of the time everyone's saying, I want to make the AFL, NRL here and there. A lot of soccer players too. When were you like, you know what, this is for me? Like where was that point where you're like, yo, I want to like chase this. This is my dream.
I think my dad realized I got a talent in shooting the basketball, and I kind of stuck with it, put in all the hard work. From the age of 12 to 15, it kind of started to show that I was making, the number one teams. I was making state teams. Going by a couple of Australian squads. So I was like, oh, might as well give this a shot. And I took it real serious. Ended up going to the AIS. I left Bacchus Marsh year 10. Went to AIS, then ended up going to America for 4 years, and now I'm back in the NBL playing for the Sydney Kings. So,
Cause talking about going to America to play ball, what is it like being a college athlete? Because most of us, we go uni, we don't really experience that life. Tell me that college life.
Yeah, are you
man.
like a celebrity or what? Like how's it going over there?
Nah, it's a whole different ball game, man. Like for real, just for me coming from Australia to going to Miami, especially, it's like it's the city that never sleeps, man. Like Miami and Vegas, they party every night. Like don't matter if it's a Sunday, Monday, Friday. Like there's always something popping. And I think I learned that my first year. Like there was frat parties left, right, and center. Like that's what frat parties our first year because you got to be 21 to go to the clubs there. So if you didn't have a fake, then you had to go to the frat parties. And the frat boys used to hate all of us, like for real, because I ain't gonna lie, we used to take all their girls. Like doesn't matter if you were football, basketball, soccer, baseball, like we was taking their girls, so like they used to hate us. But man, it was unreal experience, that's for sure.
Fast. So you guys had all the girls on you just because you're balling. They're like, these guys might make the NBA. Let me
This guy's
secure the
crazy.
bag, low key.
For real, we had to be careful. We had to be careful with it though, because like you never know, like you can get hooked on some girl and some shit could go down and stuff like that. So in America, it's a whole different ballgame compared to Australia. Like you don't see any of that here. It's always somewhere over there. And I'm not trying to throw shade at America, but that's like the life they live over there, right? Like if the girl sees someone's going to make it, they're going to try enter that circle, pretend to love you, and the next thing you know, they're going to turn on you. So that's kind of like what we were taught. Like, obviously the police brutality thing, that was number one because me and one other kid were the only white kids in our team. So we had to understand what our African American teammates were going through, especially in America, and obviously us being from a different part of the world, and then obviously learning about like what females can do to take advantage of you. So we went through a whole lesson on that.
Yeah, that's crazy. People just looking out for what they can get from you, not about you, what they can get out of you.
That's crazy. But besides, like, what about the academic side? Like, because I'm just trying to like get an idea of what college is like. Because bro, we go uni here, and uni you're like there for like 2-3 hours. You go to a couple lectures, you go to tutorials, and you're just out hanging out with friends. Like, I just want to get an idea. What's the big difference between that college life in America, like where you're living there? It's pretty much your whole life, man. The college life. So give us an idea of the difference.
I think just for me, it was like I lived by campus, lived on campus. For me, it was basketball in school. There was nothing else. Like you go to school in the morning and you're playing hoops for the rest of the day. Like in Australia, like classes are so spread out. Like one day you might just go to school Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever it is. But over there, you got classes every day. Like, and it's like for a certain block, and then you're done for the rest of the day. In Australia, I feel like you go for a day, but it's all like broken up. For us, we were able to choose our classes and have like all like in one block. So the rest of the time we was just working out. But for us, man, it was like practice in the morning, then class, practice, study hall, and then go to sleep. And then obviously we try to, hang out, party a little bit just to get away from it all. But man, when basketball season was on, it was really hard.
Yeah, that's crazy. In terms of like the basketball side of it, how do you think it compares? Like when you went over, was it a big jump coming from Australian basketball to college basketball, or how was your transition in terms of like skill level, athleticism between players over there and stuff?
Yeah, I think my fundamentals were probably the best on the team at the time, just because I felt like in Australia, we teach the fundamentals at a very young age and you just like go forward with it. Over there though, like they're way more athletic, quicker than me. So it's like you got to adjust and kind of beat them on the mental side of things. So that's what I focused my first 2 years. I wasn't the quickest, I wasn't the fastest, most athletic guy, but I'd beat you mentally. Like in America, they create one or two go-to moves that they're always going to go to. And then if you can stop that, they can't counter with it. So that's kind of how I beat them. But yeah, it's just a different whole ball game. Like they're just much faster, much more athletic. But skill level wise, Australia is way better. And like I think you can see it obviously with the Boomers going to the Olympics. You get a bronze medal, competed with the US and stuff like that. Like we're up there. Like Australian basketball is legit.
Yeah. And then how was that transition back to the NBL then? How did you enjoy that?
I ain't gonna lie, it was the easiest transition of my life. Like
Yeah?
I was playing the best conference in America. I played at Duke. There was Jason Tatum, Harry Giles. You play against those guys, and then you play North Carolina. They have a whole squad. Virginia, a lot of people in the NBA. Like you playing against the NBA guys from each team every night. Like there's no days off in the ACC. There's not like a crap team you can play against the guy. Yeah, we're gonna beat these guys because they have legit like NBA play. He's gonna drop 40. Like their team gonna be terrible. He's gonna drop 40 or 50 points easily. So like we was all trying. It was just cool like that. And when I came back here, like I took like the NBL was surprised I came in to do what I did, but like I wasn't surprised at all. I was expecting it. So the transition was easy.
Who do you reckon is the toughest guard you've had then?
The toughest I've had to guard, Jason Tatum's up there for sure. Like that man is he's 6'8", can do anything he wants. But the toughest guy I've had to guard in my life is Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
Hey, your boy.
Shout out the Nuggets. That's my team. Yeah. We're waiting for him to be back.
In an under-17 warm-up tournament, dude, he's a bucket. Like, just athletic. He plays so, like, smooth. It's like he just pulls it down the court and he just gets buckets. So he's definitely the hardest one to guard.
Can you speak about your ambitions too? Like you do want to make the NBA. Like that's your end goal, right? And like you know, you did come to the NBL, you know, like to develop, you know, take your game to the next level and, you know, play professionally. What are your steps from here, like to take yourself to that level, to the NBA level?
Like, to be honest, bro, like I never had the NBL in my sights ever. Like, because of COVID, it turned everything, upside down. Like, after my senior year, I was supposed to work out for anywhere between 9 to 12 NBA teams to kind of get my name up there. My agents were doing a fantastic job on that. And then COVID hit, and like no one was working out. No one knew what the hell was going on with the NBA. They paused the season. The world was shutting down slowly. So for me, it was best. Like the NBA said, hey, we're going to play, but it's going to start in December, play till about May next year. And like, that's what I saw. The money was right with the Kings. Ended up signing with them. But yeah, after this NBL season, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I want to go to the NBA. I might even take a different path and go to the EuroLeague because I do have citizenship over there as well, and I'm getting a lot of interest. So NBA is the goal. I'm only 24, so I got plenty of time to get there. So
You got time, man. You got time to make it, bro.
So your contract ends the end of this year, is it? Or
well, I got a player option my third year, so it depends what I want to do. So that's really on me and my agent, but I ain't really thinking about it. That's his job to kind of advise me and kind of talk to me. So when the time is right, I will.
yeah, that's nice. So you came into the NBL. Your first season, you were doing good. You were in the Rookie of the Year conversation. You're killing it out there, and then you got hit with the Achilles injury. How did that affect like your growth? How's the rehab going? How's it coming back from that, like mentally and physically?
I mean, I think it was all just a shock to me when it happened. Like, you never expect to just push off like you normally do it hundreds of thousands of times and you just snap your Achilles. I was just shocked it didn't sink in until I got home and I couldn't walk. Like, I couldn't even step on it, nothing. So, and when they told me I was going to have surgery the next day, like, I'm not a big fan of surgery, but it had to be done to kind of keep my career alive. So, I mean, it was a big shock. I kind of try to prepare myself mentally, but when you can't walk for 6 to 8 weeks, like, it's a challenge. Like, you always got to have someone around you to do something for you. Like, I had stairs in my house. I'd be going up the stairs with my butt, down with my butt. Like, I couldn't walk. Like, that was the biggest thing for me, is like not being able to walk and do stuff for myself. And not obviously the season was still going on, so not being part of my team. We were sitting third at the time, playing really well, and it just went downhill from there. Like, we had so many injuries, guys left for the NBA, COVID situation. Like, it was just crazy. So, I mean, it was a challenge, but I'm back to myself now. I think I'm going to be better than I was. It's taken me a couple more weeks than I've expected it to, just because, I haven't played in 9 months, so it needs a little more time. So, but yeah, I'm feeling much better. And it was a challenge, but I'm glad I got past it.
What are, some of the challenges? A lot of players, coming up, not even professional, semi-professional, they suffer injuries. What are your tips? What would you give it, like someone that did suffer an injury, for example, that still has that passion, has that drive? What would you tell them during the injury period? What to do? What advice would you give them?
I mean, everyone has their own story. I tell myself God has a plan for everyone. Like, I might tell my Achilles, hey, that might be a pathway for me where I just got to derail a little bit and climb back up the top. Like, when you love the game of basketball so much, it shouldn't be that much of a challenge for you. Like, for me, it was just a challenge the first 2-3 months because I couldn't walk. Once I was able to walk, do anything I could do myself, it became so much easier. So for me, it's like the biggest advice I'd give if someone gets hurt is like, if you love the game, you're going to do whatever it takes to get back. And they projected me to be out for 12 months. I came back in 8.5, like 3.5 months of me doing what I had to do to get back just because I love the game of basketball. And I have no issues with it. Like, I have no pain. My surgeon's done a fantastic job. So my love and like my work ethic has got me to where I am.
And I think for you, like in terms of mentally, I've seen you been pushing other stuff. You have your different avenues to build in, like your jumpers over here. Actually, I got one of them. Shout out to Dejan with the brand.
Yeah.
And then just doing camps and stuff. Like, you've been keeping yourself busy even while you can't play, obviously. And like just working on different avenues and pushing yourself that way, it's good. And how do you feel about those different things as well?
I mean, I think there's always has to be you have to have a different approach in life. Like, basketball can't be just my source of income, or, I got to use my platform to kind of create different avenues for myself after the game. Like, yeah, I got hurt, what if I hurt it again and can't play and I'm only 25? Like, what else am I going to do? And obviously, that's why I created the clothing brand. I'm opened up my own basketball academy on the west side of Victoria. Like, I'm just trying to do those little things. I'm getting involved in the crypto world, trying to figure out what the hell's going
Yeah,
on.
I seen that. I seen that. The NFTs,
So
yeah.
like,
The NFTs, yeah.
yeah, NFTs, man, you got to be part of it. It's a new ball game, apparently. So, yeah, I'm just trying to kind of just learn and build and hopefully open up my own kind of basketball place where I can build kind of my own stadium and have people, come in there, work out, just kind of socialize if they need to. Like, I just want like the kids to have the same opportunity I had, and I just give it to them, I guess.
And what are your plans from here for, like, for example, and ideas you can give to, like, giving that path? Like, what are ideas you can have for that path for players that do want to make the NBA? Because, like, there's bare ballers here. Everyone's balling. Like, now it's like mainstream, So what plans do you have, or if you could tell us?
Yeah, I mean, for kids, like, I think there's not actual coaches, there's volunteers. There's volunteers that take kids' money. Like, they ain't there to help them. They're there to help themselves, like, and take their money, take their family's money. And if you don't have a trustworthy coach or like a high-profile kind of athlete like myself, or I don't know, Jack White, just for instance, who plays for Melbourne United, if he wants to do something on his end, like, you need someone who's gone through it all and who's experienced it all to tell someone that. Like, you can't just have someone, I don't know, someone just say from Melton come and coach you and say, I'm going to get you to the NBA. And like, they're going to like brainwash you, say, oh, he's going to get me to the NBA. I'm going to train with him. I'm not saying I'm going to get you in the NBA, but I'm going to provide a pathway of coaching where I can teach you what I've learned, the coaching that I've been taught, like drills, games, situations, all this stuff. Now it's on you to do it and then perform in the game, and that'll create your own pathway. I'm just here helping you. I'm giving you a little push. For me, I'm not about the money. I'd rather see someone succeed. That'll bring me the biggest reward ever. Like, having someone else succeed and look up to me, then they can create their new kind of, someone can look up to them growing up in the next generation and so forth. So that was the big thing for me.
And I reckon just before we wrap up, what's some tips, man? There's a lot of ballers here. You've been to America, you've been balling. What tips would you give them to get there? Just to get to even like America.
You're trying to learn how to beat me, yeah?
Yeah.
On the court.
I think for me is just keep it simple. Like, you watch all these things on Instagram, YouTube, like you see all these dribble moves, dance moves. Like, yeah, you can dribble, but if you play against a great defender, they ain't falling for that. Like, you got to create just your own simple move. Be what you're good at. Like, I'm a great three-point shooter. I'm a great scorer. Everyone's going to know me for that. And I keep it simple. I'm not here dribbling through the legs 1,000 times, then putting up a bad shot. If I read you, I'm going to buy you in one move. Ain't nothing else. Like, I just try to keep it simple, continue to work hard. And then the biggest one is stay in school, because if you want to go to the States and go to college, your grade's got to be up to the point. Like, you can't just hoop and then school's a no-no. They look at school first and then see if then you can combine the hooping as well. So that's another thing.
It sounds like we're gonna wrap it up here. Is there some stuff you want to shout out, Dejan, before we wrap it up?
Oh, I got nothing. I mean, I shout out Bobby Luxford's Casa Cantina Bar and Eatery opening up soon. That's my boy right there, so I'm gonna give him a shout out.
Too easy, man. Thanks so much for jumping on, bro. We appreciate you, and just even appreciate having a chat with you and getting some tips off you and ideas of what it takes to get to that level, man. So too easy, man. Thanks for that, man. All the best.
I appreciate you having me on, man. Appreciate it.
No stress, man. All the best with the season and all the best with your dreams reaching the NBA, man. Fine, that was a good guess, man.
Yeah, bro. Like, I haven't, like, even though he went to my school, I met him before. Like, I haven't seen him in ages, and it's good catching up, hearing those stories. Like, it's a different lifestyle being an athlete, going to America.
Bro, I just think it's crazy, man. Like, just even the college ball, bro. Because college ball is intense, bro. You're playing against like the best players in the country, even the world, man.
Like
people
you said, bro,
around.
that's the way people come up. So like they're in college, but in a couple of years they're gonna be in the NBA killing it.
Yeah, he played against Jamal Murray too.
Yeah, Jason Tatum.
Tatum too.
I swear, like, man. Bro, how many? It would have been like his first or second year, he was already killing it in the NBA. So imagine in college he would have been.
Bro, he would have been running amok then in college, bro. I reckon that would have been crazy, bro.
You reckon you can play college ball?
Nah. It's not for me, bro. It's not for me.
You can't. You just spot up in the corner, yeah?
Me, I reckon, bro, I'd be those shooters that like what sport would I play? Cause I play like soccer or something
Yeah.
in America, and I'll just be like studying business, cause and just enjoying that college.
There's
life,
people
bro.
go America to play soccer, don't they?
Maybe, bro. But I wouldn't go there to make it. I'll just go there just
Just
I'll
for
put
the
myself in
experience,
there
yeah.
just to go to college, bro. Because I reckon that'd be crazy, bro.
Yeah,
'Cause
you get a scholarship.
uni is alright, but I don't know. I don't feel like uni in Australia is like as good as college. Like just when you
I
picture
feel
it,
like
bro.
the lifestyle, like you know how they live in the dorms, like everyone's there, like you just have a whole community with you.
Yeah. And you
Over
make
here, it's
proper
like,
friends.
bro, I know that heaps of people that they don't even make friends at uni. They just go,
Bro, I
they
know
go into
people that
classes.
don't- like they'll go to the lectures. They don't even talk to anyone. They'll miss half the lectures of the semester
Yeah,
and just gap, bro. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I don't know. Like I feel like you. But the thing is, uni is expensive there too.
yeah.
That's why
They have
college
to
is
pay
so-
for it. They don't
college-
get the hex line like we do over here.
Yeah, that's why they don't pay as much, man. But I reckon playing ball over there, man, you'd have to take it to the next level, bro. It's not like, yeah, I feel like everyone thinks they're ballers low key. Yeah, you know, you shoot a couple things, but I reckon for DJ to be playing in America, cause like they're proper ballers, bro. And I
Yeah,
reckon
yeah.
like he came back from there and he's like he looks at some people here and he's like, bro, these guys aren't ballers.
Well, that's what he said though. He said his fundamentals is the best.
Mm.
But I think what America has, they have their genetics is like next level. The African Americans over there, they're like 6'8". They can run, jump, everything.
Yeah.
They're crazy. You see a 6'8" guy in Australia, they're usually slow, lanky.
Slow, lanky, yeah.
They can't move properly. Like those guys over there, 6'8", and they're faster, stronger, and everything better than us.
Cause they eat, live, and breathe basketball, bro. Like
Yeah.
I feel like in Australia, like our standards aren't that high. Like over there, like it's like we live good, you know. Like if someone's comfortable, cause like you know, content, I reckon is the enemy of greatness. Cause like we live good here. Like no one's hungry to make it. Like you don't see players that are hungry to make the AFL. Like I will die for it. Like in America, cause people will die to make the NBA, cause they know, cause they can take their family and generations out of poverty, and they can like end the generation of poverty. You know what I mean? Like that's why I feel like these guys go extra hard. Like you see players going like, this is all I want. This is all I need. Why do I need it? You know, like I want to be the greatest because I can make that money. I can help my family. I can change lives. You know, and that's why they're so hungry about it. But here it's like, bro, I don't make it. I can get a standard job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And the standard of living is way different over there.
Plus the competition, you know, when you like, I know it's different here, but I played rugby in Victoria, and even compared to New South Wales and Queensland, just having a good competition around you like makes so much difference. Like over here, you can be good, but if you got no one pushing you to be good, like to be better, you're just killing it against all these other guys that don't know how to play properly, and then you go versus these other guys and they'll smoke you. Like there's no chance. So
Yeah, man. I feel like even if you want whatever sport you want to make, you just got to be around people that are pushing you to be
feel like
greater. Your competition's got to be higher.
Australian basketball is getting up. It's better than it was
for
like
sure.
the last 10 years.
For sure.
So like I feel like we're gonna see more people going in there. Josh
Bro,
Giddey
there's-
just got
Josh is running a muck, but
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's bare pseudos going hard.
yeah.
Like there's a lot of pseudo ballers I've seen, bro. I went to a couple tournaments. These guys know how to ball, bro.
Even the NBL, now that they're getting more international, like high level international players coming over, like our league's gonna grow bigger. Like it's gonna push the competition up.
Yeah, definitely. And if you know you are a baller, like just go hard. Like you know, like don't think the standards are what it is here in Melbourne. You know, if you can beat your friends or you can beat your league, bro, take it to the next level. You know, maybe go up an age group or something. Do something to take yourself to the next level. You know what I mean? But
sure.
besides that, man, like it was a good episode.
Yeah.
It feels good to be back, just dropping consistently.
I like the grind, bro. I like pushing them out.
Yeah, 100%, bro. We gotta do that, man. Like that's all we do. Like we just because we live here, we're just thinking about like what's the next episode gonna be. You know, like what can we do?
We're just brainstorming ideas,
Yeah, bro.
jumping off each other.
And me, mind you, this week I brought the pants because those shorts last week were
Chuck a
too
photo of
short.
it.
Bro, I got a couple people messaging me telling me, hey, you know, like those shorts were a bit too short last week. Some people were telling me you got nice legs and stuff, but man, I had to bring out the long pants. I put the socks over the pants just as well. So 100%, man. Like this week, you know, that was a bit of a weird one, man. Never again. I'm never gonna be wearing that, but I hope he's enjoyed my legs last week. But from now on, no
Pants
more
only,
legs,
yeah?
pants only, and shorts if they're like 3/4 shorts. You know the ones that come over the
3/4
knee?
shorts. You wear 3/4 shorts?
I'll get some. Should be fine. But besides that, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Talking Trophies. Next week, we're going to have an interesting episode as well. Damien's going to be back in the camera and Sean's going to be behind the cameras again. So it'll be nice, man. What do you got to say before we wrap up?
Me, I'm happy to be here again. You know, you brought me back for a second episode. So, look,
Hey, the contract's going all right, man. The people like you.
I'm staying on for a bit.
Besides that, make sure you guys subscribe, like, follow our page. And if you want to check out the audio experience, jump over to our podcasts on all podcast platforms. Besides that, stay humble, faith.
No conscience. See, I'm trying to call me and all, but it's only one to me. If I came in this world alone, why I get lonely? Can someone come unthaw my heart? I think it's frozen.